Okay, here's the back box of the Rendezvous. The step-up units are not working very well at all. This one's pretty clean. Seems to be working okay. This one doesn't do anything. It really is sticking. So this one actually not so bad. Kind of works. So I'm going to see when I turn this thing on. I think this one is trying to reset to 0 and it can't. This isn't moving. I'm going to take it apart, see if I can clean it up. I did a standard clean of the spider on the stepper count unit. I put on some gel lube, took it all apart, cleaned it, put it back together, pulled this gear out, cleaned the spindle. It turns freely, but when I put this thing back together, it was still really slow engaging the gear. And what I'm seeing is the spring is having a real hard time pulling that back down. So there's some kind of a pivot here on the back. There's a nut right here. So I'm going to take that nut out and take this screw off of the cotter pin and clean that up. That pivot is really gummed up. That's, I think, the real source of the problem. So here's that lever with the screw that was so tight, and you can see that thing is in there super tight. I think this is supposed to be a loose pivot. There you can see the other end of the screw. I'm trying to work it out, but it's in there really tight. So I'm hoping I take it out, clean it up, lube it up, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I just put that post back together. Let's hook the spring up. See how it does. Original spring with no tension, additional tension on it. Works great. Nice and snappy response. It was not gummed up at all. So that's a winner right there. All right, I've got the two stepper units cleaned up, and this one seems to be working okay. I'm going to turn the game on and hit the credit button, and we should see everything reset. We should see the credit reel decrement, and then the stepper units reset. And it's ready to go. The only lights that work on this machine are the display lights on the bottom of the back glass. The game right now is on, but no lights work. And when we score, none of the lights work up above. So I have to figure out why that is, why none of the lights work except those display lights. So the Rendezvous, after cleaning up that step-up unit in the back, plays. You fire it up, it works. I don't have any Playfield lights, so I don't know if I've got a blown fuse or what. So I flipped up the Playfield to take a look. It was kind of going through the mechanics of it, you know, seeing which coils work. I've got two bonus units, one here and one here. They're stepper units, and they're gummed up as well. They don't work at all, and this one's really bad. There's a coil up in here. So I'm going to check. I found a schematic, a similar schematic, to see if maybe I've got a blown fuse or a switch nut being made that will light the Playfield, and then I'll have to clean both bonus stepper units. Alright, so I'm working on this bonus stepper, and it is frozen solid. This gear won't move at all. I can't even remove it. I took the nut off and it's stuck. So I'm going to move the camera here. Here's the end, and I've actually been tapping that with a hammer because it's in there so tight, and it's moving gradually. It'll break loose, and then I'll be able to clean it up. I don't have a Rendezvous schematic, but I have one for a Paradise machine, which is similar. Here on the schematic is the display lights, which connects between the yellow wire and the white red. And I think that's the light set that's on. I'm going to move the schematic, and it's really poor quality. But there's a tilt relay switch right here that, if it's closed, I believe will let voltage go across all of the score lights and the Playfield lights here. And I have a feeling that this switch right here is open. It's not. Here's the tilt relay right here. There's when it's actuated. The normally closed contacts are pretty gunked up, and when I put an ohm meter across either side, they're not reading 0. They're not high resistance, but a dead short should be 0. So I'm going to try cleaning those, get them to where they show a 0, a full closed, and then try the lights again.